Well, guys, we are setting out in honor of our independence to see what all America's about. We're taking a road trip to see the 7 wonders of America. Because, folks, 2024, what a year it's been for our country. We just had 2 of the greatest presidents of all time face off against each other in a completely highest level of competence we've ever seen battle.
Dealing with everything we have to do with, look.
I mean, they talked about some of the most important things facing our country right now.
He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards.
And not to mention Project 2025. Are you kidding me? This is amazing. We're living in one of the greatest times ever. And speaking of, our environment has never had a better outlook. The Supreme Court is doing amazing things for our country, and we're so excited about it. So we're going to see just what America's all about. Is that American?
Nothing's more American than Beetlejuice. This is why America is getting more liberal. Walmart doesn't even want to celebrate the United States anymore.
That's right. Look at this. This is all they have.
This is it.
You Chapel Roan. Is that how you say her name?
Chapel Rum.
Which one do you think about buying today?
Probably the shotgun.
How much for you to eat one of those?
Free.
Should fit, right?
This is a future liberals one. Pickleball.
They're putting pickleball in Walmart now. This like takes up the whole aisle. This it's all pickleball. Pickleball vibrators.
Well, I mean,
Those are for your coochie.
not much. Well, I had to go through my backup plan.
What happened to the vote shirt? Biden wouldn't let you buy it?
Yeah, they don't want people to vote in 2024.
They don't want people
that?
to vote. Gavin was buying a vote shirt. I hope I showed it.
Yeah.
If I didn't, it just says vote on it.
Well, it was a big, bright white shirt that said vote. That was a pretty successful trip. What do you say, man?
It was up until you got frickin' flagged for stealing a vote shirt.
I wasn't stealing it, dude. I literally
It looked to me like you were trying to steal it.
It locked me. It locked this out of the system. It locked the whole associate out of the system, man.
Well, I hope you feel like an American now because you're stealing. Just like they did with the election. Did you hear about that?
January 6th. They just advertise it. They're not even hiding it anymore.
They're just Crooked Joe is just letting them advertise grooming. You are now listening to or watching the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Yeah, and if you aren't, you can head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to us now. Or head on over to Drib on YouTube and watch the video version as well.
And if you'd like to stay up to date on when we're releasing a new episode or any other fun information about the podcast, you can give us a follow on Instagram at It Takes All Kinds Podcast and on Twitter at ITAK Podcast. That's ITAK Podcast.
Without saying much else, we hope you enjoy this episode.
It's hard to breathe with these on.
What does that mean? Whoa! And the festivities started early, huh?
Yeah, getting started here today early.
Let's get started.
Go ahead, eat one. Go ahead, eat one for me.
I'll eat the spiciest looking one. Those are stale.
No way, no way.
Do you mind?
Go right ahead, man.
Uh-oh. Whoa! Oh!
Whoa, how'd that get in there? Did you put that in there? You put that in there.
I stole it.
Where from?
Walmart.
Oh yeah, baby. That's why we just got back from Walmart. That's a long song.
Show us what you got from Walmart, Graydon.
Okay, well, I got this shirt. It says freedom, living the dream. It's got an eagle with a motorcycle, flying over a motorcycle.
That happened to my dad once. When he was driving his motorcycle.
Is that true?
I'm not sure if I spilt because I can't really see.
Yeah, I can't.
You're seeing Gavin, of course, as always, looking through rose-tinted glasses.
Literally today.
That's the way he sees the world. Mine are kind of a bluish hue.
Yeah. So can you see anything on
I can't quite breathe in these glasses.
Do you need help or?
Just trying to be careful here.
Yeah, that already stained this table and your shirt.
My tongue.
Yeah.
Oh. And here come the boys. Look at them go. One by one. Marching in. It's our boys in blue here to save the day. And none of them have any spousal abuse allegations. Don't even ask.
Pretty sure I just saw my wife's boyfriend.
Oh, there goes my wife's boyfriend. He's a great man. Gavin, what's going on today, dude? You're a little on edge today. Go talk. Do you want me to talk?
Oh, hey, welcome to the Talk Guys podcast.
Are you not allowed to talk with glasses on?
I talked all day, man. I'm gonna take these off. Wow, it's really bright with these glasses off.
Oh, I'm in it for the win, baby.
All right. Well,
they are starting to slip because of the sweat that's starting to form.
Well,
due to the ghost pepper Cheeto I ate.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Good for you, man. No, I've welcome to It Takes All Kinds podcast, episode 174.
There you go.
I almost said it wrong. Today is July 2nd. You'll be hearing this on July 5th, the day after the 4th of July, which is known as Americans' Independence Day.
But technically,
the 5th is Americans.
Exactly. If you look in the Declaration of Independence,
I'm putting that down.
You'll see that it's actually the 5th.
Really?
I didn't actually pick one of those there.
Yeah, it's okay you did, dude.
I didn't realize the camera was on, otherwise I wouldn't have done it. Actually, this episode will go up on the 4th because we post it the night before we say it goes out, which really doesn't make any sense in practice, but it's just the way we do it over here.
We just do things weird, all right?
All right, don't worry about it, okay?
Carson, what do we got on the patriotic docket today? We're talking all about politics today. We are not talking about the judicial Supreme Court rulings.
No, not really. I find that all kind of boring.
But the debate.
No, I do find that interesting.
We don't know the implications of it yet. No,
I would just say I'm not quite as educated. I think I'm more educated on it now than I was a few days ago when I wrote up what we were going to talk about on the doc. But I don't feel as educated, so I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, do more harm
we're
than
not
good.
really like a political show.
Right.
But we'll talk politics when we want to, okay, Dad? But I don't know. I don't feel as educated on that. Whereas the debate, like, we'll talk about the politics of it, but we'll also like joke on it and talk about how it's fucking stupid, and we'll make fun of both sides. Okay, guys. So
I believe they were celebrating Mommy Makeout Day that day too.
Mommy Makeout Day.
Uh huh.
I didn't get to participate in that this year. I can't talk about why either.
Well, Carson, what we got on the docket today?
Mommy Makeout Day. So we're going to be talking about the debate, of course, to celebrate the independence. As you guys just saw, the pre-roll before this, Gavin, before we entered, was our little road trip to America through America, not to America.
Well, we've been to it.
But Gavin, I wanted to show Gavin what America was really all about this year because he doesn't really understand America like I do. So
no, I'm a bit of a foreigner when it comes down to this thing.
Yeah, he hadn't been to Walmart. He'd never been to McDonald's. So we were just showing him the ropes. So, just every year we gotta remember what makes us.
You gotta throw me some ropes.
we gotta throw Gavin some ropes. We gotta tribute America.
Right. We gotta tribute all over America.
I used a flag to wipe up last night. It's all good. It didn't touch the ground.
It didn't touch the ground, so it's respectful.
No, it's not. It's hanging up.
It's actually a form of protest.
It's a silent protest. Because nobody sees it.
Or hears it.
Well, they hear it.
God, do they hear it?
God, do they hear it? And that is the reason I could not go to Mommy Makeout Day this year.
Wow.
I had to skip. They
You
wouldn't
hate to
let
see
me.
it. You think you hate to see it?
Wouldn't even let me in the door.
This is
So
just
we're going to be talking about the debate. We're going to be talking about a very American person, M.I.A, who's actually from Great Britain.
Yeah.
But she's doing a very American thing by creating tinfoil infused, I guess I would say, clothing that is reported by her, literally no proof of this, to be blocking 5G waves from either your brain or literally there's ones that block it from your balls.
I saw the coats.
But there's ones that block it from your balls. I'm not even joking. Yeah, of course.
We're going to try them on the show.
We're going to try them on. We got M.I.A coming in to sing paper airplanes and talk about...
and shoot weapons into the sky.
Into the sky. Exactly, Gavin. Thank you for just saying it so eloquently. If there's time for it, we're going to talk about a very American film I watched over the weekend called Beverly Hills Cop.
Or maybe not.
What does that say? Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, I read that and I was like, this man was a little bit high. It's Beverly Hills, Cope Hills Cop.
I didn't even notice that.
You didn't know? I thought you wrote that on purpose.
No.
So you probably wrote that on purpose.
I'm actually hearing this for the first time.
Wow. I can't believe it. You're telling me this for the first time.
We should remix that video with this song playing over top.
Yeah.
Patriotic and bombastic. So we might be talking about that, but we are definitely going to be doing a Nextdoor drama this week because that's America, baby.
Ain't that America?
A flyover state, small-ish, mid-sized town.
Yeah. I'd say it's
a true American horror story.
Try that in a small town.
This one is titled Suspicious Activity. So
is this a continuation of last week's?
It's not, but it was sent in by your dad.
By Phil?
By Phil. I'm
not Phil
joking.
Braun.
Not Phil Braun, thank
God it wasn't Phil Braun.
Speaking of, though, that's what we're talking about this week. I do just want to give a big shout out to a show I work for, Gavin, Office Hours Live. You know it. You love it. I talk about it all the time. We just celebrated. It's fun to say we, isn't it? We just celebrated 300 episodes today, as we're recording this. It was the 300th episode. And
that's 300 weeks.
Just want to, yeah, even though it's been going on 8 years.
Holy shit, actually?
Yeah, because Tim did it by himself for a while, but he would do it like maybe once a month.
Oh, okay.
And like skip months at a time.
Yeah.
They really started picking back up around the pandemic because like that was all they could do.
Yeah.
And then it's just been going ever since. So really like it's been like different stages.
I feel like I'm scratching my glasses whenever I do this, but well, whatever.
Well, you got to live it for America.
Yeah. Anything for America, man.
But yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to that amazing show. I'm very happy to be a part of for 300 eps.
For reaching 300.
Yeah.
You've been a part of like maybe 100 of them.
Yeah, I actually looked back. I was like, what was my first episode? And I think it was like 167.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Which was my first one. So 100
October 22.
33 maybe episodes I've been a part of.
About half the
134 maybe.
About half the episodes.
And actually there's probably more in between because there's been like weird one-offs, or there's been like last week we did 299.5.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately Tim was supposed to be back last week, but then he couldn't. And then get this, fucking Paul Bryan hosts, makes a mess, smokes in Tim's garage.
Paul Ryan.
What's his name?
Phil Braun?
Phil Ryan.
Right. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Phil Brown.
He hosted and just made a mess. And apparently it's a whole story. You have to go watch it. But he apparently pooped in bags and put it in the trash can in the guest house he was staying in.
Well, I could do that too.
So I don't know. It's just, he's just.
I could do that. I've been doing that here. You haven't noticed that?
The trash can was getting pretty heavy there for a while.
Well,
I did wonder.
There isn't a toilet down here, actually.
Well, no, it was weird. It was next to the toilet.
Yeah.
The trash can next to the toilet. You brought bags with you from home.
Well, you use this is what I like to say. You use a bidet. I use the
bagay.
Yeah, I use a bagay.
A bagay. Yeah, so I just wanted to shout out that. I'll drink to that. I got to turn this goddamn music off. Actually, you know what? I'm still talking about something American, so I might as well keep it going. Don't touch that. I had surgery last night. I had surgery last night.
Well, you know,
Don't touch that. I had surgery there last night. I wanted to tell you a quick little American Horror story of my own. This music is really funny while this is going on, especially with this story I'm about to tell. Gavin, over the weekend, me and our pal Spencer, friend of the show, frequent guest of the show, what do you think we were out doing?
Frisbee golfing.
Disc golf. You're exactly right. On Sunday, and we were at a park. I'll just go and shout.
Rolf!
I'll go and shout. Shit.
That's probably the best recreation I can get of George Costanza. I think I did a pretty good.
Yeah, it was
Frisbee
good.
golf. Rolf.
So we were out playing at a park. I'll shout it out. Fort Zumwalt Park.
Fort Zoomies. You ever been to Zoomies?
Yeah, of course, dude.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
tried to get a
keep
job there.
I know. Keep going.
They wouldn't let me
No, keep going. Talk about it.
because of what happened before Mommy Makeout Day.
It's been a long history with that.
So we were out frothing, and it was very interesting. Very interesting.
Rolf.
We were on like we were walking from hole 9, or like we were walking from 10 down to the basket, and it's a public park. Okay, it's like, you know, it's a multi-use park. There's a disc golf course, but there's also a playground. A lot of people just go there to do picnics. There was like a youth group doing stuff.
This weekend?
Yeah, this was on Sunday.
Good.
And next, hole 10 is right next to a playground that's like on the top of the hill, and on the bottom of a hill, not very far away, there's a lake, and there's like a little, you know, area, just grass
Walk around,
area, wherever, you know. And there was like a party bus looking thing.
Like blacked out windows, tinted small bus.
No. It was almost like a truck you would see that would carry like army men, and there was like no top or back, but there was like seats on both sides, and it was like lifted. And in the grass area was a stripper's pole.
Okay.
And there was scantily clad women. You know, listen.
You were stuck thinking about Mommy Makeout Day, and you saw what happened last time whenever you were there, and you couldn't resist.
Because that's where they hold it every year, is at that park. And I was like, okay, I didn't get the notice.
Would appreciate a fucking invite.
Scantily clad women. Again, I have no problem with what they're doing. It's just the fact that it's in a public park
Next to a playground.
And it's not like they were undressing. It's not like they were doing exercising, of course. But I would say...
Sure, we could call it exercise. Isn't that what you said happened with Mommy Makeout Day?
I told my wife, I said, start exercising.
Start exercising a little bit more.
I lay in the bed.
Yeah. Well, I'm jerking off. Work out in front of me
while I'm jerking off, watching porn on my iPad.
And eating spicy Cheetos with that big jug tug.
Yeah, on my belly.
Your cuck jug.
This is the cuck jug.
It's a cuck jug. Yeah, you get to watch your wife have sex with your wife's boyfriend. That's really cool.
Bradford.
That's cool, man.
You're doing good, Brad. Keep going. Not picking it up with my hands, using my tongue. But I just found that kind of, because like it is an exercise. There's like a bit of movement to try and make it more of an exercise thing than a sexual thing.
Stripping?
Yes, but I mean just like doing pole
dancing.
Yeah, pole dancing.
Working the pole.
But they were dressed a little.
You know, they're a little scandalous.
Yeah, scandalous. That's the word I'm looking for.
Scantily clad makes it sound like they're wearing bikinis and nothing else.
It was pretty close to that.
It was as close as you could get to that.
And again, it's a public park and right by a playground, and they're playing like loud music with probably curse words, I think. I thought it was a little like.
Meanwhile,
like, I'm not that guy.
Meanwhile, you and
Karen.
Spencer are like walking around shirtless doing Frisbee golf.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing too. It's like.
Were you guys actually shirtless? I was joking.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I mean, can you even imagine?
Well,
could you imagine what that would look like throwing a Frisbee? Get the slow-mo guys in here. Like I'm definitely part of the free the nipple movement, okay? I don't know if that needs to be said or not. So I definitely get
What the fuck are you talking about?
well,
Get over yourself.
I get the like, well, guys can be shirtless, but girls
You
can't.
can't,
Thing.
yeah,
Like I
yeah.
think that's stupid. But it's another thing
You just
to
like
be
seeing
dancing on a pole
next to a playground.
next to a playground.
Now, if they were doing this like in the middle of the lake, would that have been better?
in the middle of the lake.
Wow.
How do they? Have you ever seen this before? Do you have videos of this? Can you send me videos of this?
No, I'm saying like if it was
If they
like
were doing
away
it somewhere
from
else in the park, I would.
Maybe
I
that's
would-
like the
I
only
would still
flat
be a
area of
little-
the park, man.
Yeah, I would still be a little like, that's a little odd, but I wouldn't be as like uncomfortable by
Yeah,
it. I guess maybe that makes me a prude, but again, I don't.
You're just
think
such
so.
a
It's just
trad.
little-
You're such a trad liberal.
I love trads. What American song is this?
Well, it's like
But I just thought that was kind of interesting, and I was like, okay. And that was that. Spencer and I did watch for a long time. We pretty much canceled the rest of disc golf and just hung out.
oh, wow. And you like threw your disc golf over there, and you're like, oh, sorry,
we were
guys.
saying that. We were like, oh, shoot, I lost a disc over here. Or I was like, oh, shit, I lost my dick. Shit. And then I was doing like, it's like this big. It's really hard. It's somewhere over here, I think.
It's a circle. It's kind of like a
circle.
cylinder.
It's got no hood.
No hood on it.
No hood on it.
I actually circumcised all my discs.
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 So that happened.
So that just happened.
And we're celebrating the 4th, of course, on the 4th.
Right.
Some people celebrate on the 3rd. I've celebrated on the 3rd before.
I've celebrated on some other days before.
I celebrated the 4th of July on St. Patrick's Day one year.
That's a Joe Biden joke, right?
Is it?
Wasn't that like a Merry 4th of July or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Like
I gave
Happy
you that
4th of
shirt,
July.
Didn't I? Or I gave it to Quinn.
You gave me that one.
I gave you that one.
Quinn was already wearing one.
That's right. He was wearing one already.
Yeah,
I
he was.
forgot
That
about
was
that.
Christmas.
Um,
Go back and watch our Drib Christmas this year. You'll see exactly what we're talking about.
yeah.
I think I gave away that shirt
Did you
already.
really?
Yeah.
Why? What? No.
Now, why would you do such a thing like that?
Why? I put a lot of time and effort into those shirts.
The screen prints?
Yes, those $10, $15 screen prints from Amazon. I don't order from Amazon. I don't support Amazon.
Well,
Why would you ever even assume that? But this 4th, Gavin, usually I come on here and I get all horny about fireworks. This year I wasn't feeling it, man. Didn't buy
what did you in, you fucking liberal?
The debate.
Well,
The debate made me realize that I didn't want to buy fireworks this year. I am
And
feeling
also-
very like, I mean, I've been feeling not patriotic since I took the blue pill, but this year especially, it's like it's pretty depressing, more so than it's ever been. I feel like
because of the music.
because of the music mostly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we usually do like some fireworks here, but we're not doing that this year. We're gonna go out and go to the riverfront here in St. Charles, Missouri.
That'll be a lot of fun, man.
I haven't done that in a long time. When's the last time you've done that?
Senior year, maybe?
Damn.
Junior
It's
year?
been longer for me.
Junior year of high school. So it's
High
like
school.
6 years.
Yeah, that is a long time ago.
No, it's 7 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
You haven't been in a while, but it's gonna be fun. Get some adult beverages. You're off for the weekend, and we're gonna walk down there too, like a bunch of little kids.
Yeah. I feel like that's like the closest we can get without like having to park down there.
I think I was even surprised Spencer was in agreement with that too. I thought he was gonna be like, I don't want to do that. Can we?
He likes
can we
seeing us
not?"
now that Sean's not around.
Yeah, he's like, I just got to do whatever I can to hang out with these guys before they forget about me. He was whining. He's like, well, when you leave, it's just gonna be me, and then Gavin's leaving in December. And I was like, yeah, man, you gotta figure out some place to go.
It's for a month. Like a month.
Listen, you gotta talk to him.
All right, I'll talk to him.
He's not my problem. In about a month, he is not my problem anymore. You weren't there. I told everybody something this weekend that eventually I'll share.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell Sean because I didn't see Sean. And then I was like, Spencer was like, oh, you got to tell Sean about that thing. And I was like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I guess you're the only one I haven't told yet. He's like, yeah, you only tell your best friends now. And I was like, yeah, dude, I've like forgotten all about you.
Yeah,
already.
ever since he moved away.
Yeah, I just don't even think about him. He's like he's just out of my head.
Yeah.
If he's not anywhere in 50 miles of me, I've forgotten about him. That's just kind of how I live my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're doing that. It'll be fun. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I got to turn this music off.
Now we're good.
Now we're good with the music because it's time to master the debate. Folks, I mean, you've heard everybody talk about it. We're not going to, we're not going to
be that dead horse.
dwell on it too long, but we got to talk about it because, listen, we're celebrating our independence from the Declaration, from the British Americas and the British Isles. So this is the only way I know how is to talk about a recent American atrocity.
Our dying empire.
Our dying, literally rotting empire.
Actively rotting before
Currently.
our eyes.
Gavin's having a
I'm trying to
Dreyfus situation.
yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm trying not to look like Louis Dreyfus on Louis Dreyfus.
Richard.
Right.
So let's talk about it. I mean, it was
500 cigarettes.
That's what Biden said. So let's just get this out of the way, Gavin. You didn't watch any of it.
I didn't watch any of it. I was literally, I think I was playing MLB The Show.
That's fair. Any reason why you didn't watch it or want to watch it?
That's not going to affect my vote.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
I totally get that. Because you're not like, so I want to complain about these fucking wine moms I saw on Instagram after it happened.
Right.
Because that I get. Like, listen, you're entitled to do whatever you want. I know you're a politically active person, so I know you, but I know so many other people who like I don't care if you didn't watch it, that's fine. But I saw wine moms on Instagram literally being like, me doing anything else besides watching the debate, not even caring about the debate because I don't care about politics.
Not me caring about the debate, lol.
Not me caring about the debate. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I at least I know who to point fingers at when you don't vote in a few months.
Right.
It's like you're just putting a target on your head for that shit. It's just like you're a fucking idiot. Like you're just stupid. Why do you post?
You have the power to vote.
You didn't post about it. You didn't do it. You know who you're voting for. I understand you and I respect your decision not to watch any of it.
Maybe I'll watch the next one. Who knows? There will probably be another one.
Right. Who gives a shit? But like these fucking idiot people, and I'm saying wine moms. There's a lot more than just wine moms. But I am specifically going after them because that's what I saw. And it's just like, why? Why did you say, okay, oh, you're not politically active. Great. You're a fucking idiot and a waste.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
You will not have a say in how anything operates in America.
Yeah.
Especially if you're complaining about grocery prices or...
Yeah, exactly.
Or gas prices. Not really gas prices as much. Or even grocery stores. Yeah. Whatever. I'm just saying, you can't complain about anything that's happening in the country if you aren't actively involved in the political process.
In some sort of way.
Yeah.
And listen, they might be in their own way, but just like making it's just stupid, and it made me so annoyed. Fuck, I had Spicy's thing on my eye, and my finger and
my uvula
on my eye,
my urethra.
I'm okay now. But yeah, so I respect you. I did not watch it live. I didn't even watch the whole thing. I've just
I remember what I was doing. I was playing Fortnite.
There you go.
With Sean.
Oh yeah, because he asked, and I was like, I can't tonight.
Yeah.
Because watching the debate. No, I was working.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, I did see a couple clips of it.
Yeah.
I wasn't like completely inactive about it, but
no,
and I was watching
about it.
Sean was watching on TikTok. He said.
Oh really?
TikTok had
Sean watched it.
Yeah, Sean watched it. I guess.
Wow.
Yeah. Because the guy's rooming with also asked him about it. But yeah, it was honestly just two grandparents up on stage. Grandpappy 1 and Grandpappy and convicted felon Grandpappy up on stage.
Yeah. So I've taken in a lot of either just like media of people talking about it and watching clips, but I did watch a full fucking 30 to 40 minute like recap of it that CNN posted of like the best parts.
Who was it, NBC?
No, CNN. Sorry.
You betrayed them.
I betrayed them. Well, CNN put it on, I think.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
so
they did,
and they were live streamed. They live streamed it on YouTube. So you could have watched it.
I watched. Or I went to Instagram and saw like what the polls said about like at the end of the at the bottom of the post they have like the polls now.
Here, I'll get you. Keep going.
And the polls said like I think CNN posted a poll, or maybe it was Complex. Who fucking knows? But Complex, the premier news source.
Oh yeah.
They had a poll and it was like 90% Trump won and like 10% Biden won, which is like, I think based off of his performance, that's fine. But there were some things that happened post in the last few days of Biden, he's allegedly not contacted Nancy Pelosi in like 5 days.
Oh, really?
She said on MSNBC today or NBC, she went on and said that he had called or talked to her in 5 days.
Well, because wasn't she one of them that like called him out and said that he needs to?
I don't know.
I think she might have been a part of it. But yeah, so we're kind of jumping around.
And then
here
Hunter Biden visited the White House today.
Did he really?
Yes.
Well, he's one of his advisors.
Now he is.
Yeah. So yeah, I watched a recap of it to just see what was going on because I like heard all about it, of course. And it's so interesting because it like stretched to even people who I didn't think were politically active.
Right.
And I don't even like, I talked to a person, I went to an event on Saturday and I talked to somebody and somehow the debate got brought up and I was like, oh yeah, I need to go watch that. He's like, dude, don't. He's like, don't. And I don't know this person to be politically active. And he's like, it was bad. And then we like talked about it for a little bit and I was like, damn, this is even stretching to people who like.
I didn't think we're politically active at all.
I didn't think we're politically active at all.
Or even like, monitoring that situation
right.
carefully.
So I was like, it is that bad. Because I was like, when it first happened, I like saw some things and people being like, just feeling dreadful about it. And I was like, okay, well, let's give it a day or two and see if you're still complaining. It is as bad as people say it is. I do think that.
They defeated Medicare.
Right. They defeated Medicare. Yeah, because I was like, I didn't fully, it took me probably even till today to fully realize how big of how much of a travesty it really is. Because like, I was like, man, because like, I was like, man, I don't give a shit. Like, I know who I'm voting for. Like, and Sam Cedar said this, host of the Majority Report. He's like, if they put a fucking tuna can against Trump, I would vote for the tuna can.
Yeah.
Like anything is better than Trump.
Yeah.
And I used to be like, I used to feel a different way about that.
Well, you got to give him a chance.
A person.
Yeah.
But no, it is that
bad.
That bad.
No, I can assure you. I saw a clip of the 2012 presidential debate between Romney and Obama.
Where Obama flopped, apparently, I heard.
Yeah, but it was the decorum there was held to a higher standard than this one.
Certainly was.
It was odd. They were making jokes with each other. They weren't like,
Yeah. Had respect.
Yeah, they had a lot of respect for each other.
Mutual respect. Yeah. But it didn't hit me until today because I was like you. I was like, man, I know who I'm voting for, whatever. But I was like, well, to you and I, to people who are even remotely politically active, we know what's going on. We know that this is all for show. We know all, we know not to like really we know to take this seriously because it's like we know to take the cognitive ability part seriously. Mm-hmm. But like if it was just a normal debate, like it's still not going to change who we vote for. But to like an average Joe or random whatever who isn't politically active, is watching that because they want to know who to vote for, and they're going to see that Trump at least was more cognitively there.
Which is crazy to say for a 79-year-old.
Yeah, he lied through his teeth through the whole thing and stuff. But if we're going by just like, if it was just like a debate conversation between two different people, he did win in the sense of just being like more with
there. Allegedly, Biden had a cold.
Yeah.
And he went to Waffle House the next day.
The night
that
after.
Night?
Yeah. He went that night to celebrate. I have a clip of it that we'll watch. But yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't even see that.
No, you're good. There's a doc. Just kidding. There's a doc with things in it. Who was that?
Freak
Who just
Bob.
drove by?
That was Freak Bob.
Freak Bob drove by. But I was like, oh, okay. Like this is a much bigger deal than I thought because like this does affect like the common folk.
Right. And it,
you know what I mean?
Doesn't
It's like exactly. Maybe like, I don't know which way I'm a vote. I think I'm this, but like I could
It's crazy that there's that many
shifted.
people that would be, in
but
my
that's
opinion, like at this point,
the crazy,
34 convicted, like 34 counts.
Dude, I also thought about this. I'm like, man, I got to think outside of this bubble that I feel like I'm
super
trapped
big
in.
echo chamber.
Like, dude, even just the internet is a big bubble. Outside of it, like, because I think I'm like, man, like all these people I watch, all these people I hear about, like, it seems like the majority of people are going to vote for Biden. But like, dude, there are so many more people that aren't on the internet that don't post, that aren't that like, we got to stop thinking in this bubble, and we got to start thinking about the common folk, the average person, you know what I mean? Like, there are so many more of those votes than there are of like people on the internet, than people that are politically active speaking. Like, it seems one way than it really is. And like, I realize that I got to stop thinking that.
The general public I've dealt with for the last week and a half.
Exactly.
And, you know, I will say that there's to an extent when I say this, there is a not much of a difference. There's a marginal difference between like the average Democrat and the average Republican. Very, very gray area
100%.
there.
100%.
And it's literally like there are single issue voters. We joke, like people on the internet, on our side of the internet, joke about one issue voters, like, you know, I'm a single issue voter. I'm gonna vote for one thing and one thing only.
Yep.
But it's like, that is actually how people, like, some people do perceive things, and some people are also of the I'm going to vote R down the entire ballot. I'm going to go vote D down the entire ballot.
For sure.
And I can't imagine in a world of me ever voting for a D or an R.
Right.
Ever. You know, and that kind of thing. I still have my tag on, by the way. I felt that.
Well, even like to speak to, like, even like Democratic voters, every union person I've met, and we of course support unions. Unions are great. But every union worker I've met who I like, if I didn't know they were a union person, I would have been like, oh, you're a hardcore conservative Republican.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, single issue, I vote Democrat because of unions.
That's
and it's like,
so
but
weird.
like, they're like, I've met, dude, I mean, this is crazy to say this, but union people who fucking like openly use the N-word and like are openly very racist. And not saying that fucking Democrats can't be fucking racist. Of
no,
course,
I think that's something that has been lost on why there's some of the alienation on that side of the base sometimes.
Right. But yeah, so it's just like, it's just like they'll vote it because of, you know, unions and stuff.
Right.
And it's surprising. But yeah, I think we just got to start thinking outside of the box, outside of the bubble. At least for me, I guess I'm more speaking for myself. But yeah, it was just so funny to hear him, like, as soon as he comes out talking like this, hey guys, we're going to be doing this and stuff. And I was like, damn, is he smoking Newports?
Yeah, I saw that someone said that, was joking that like he practiced too much before.
In the mirror.
In the mirror,
He did the Jason Tatum thing.
Yeah.
We won!
We did it!
We did it! I just thought that was funny. Biden gets lost in his own head a bunch, kind of looking around and stuff, and
he like closed his eyes for a while.
He does a funny thing. He always does a funny thing where he like looks up and he smiles. I'm like, what is he doing? I want to be on whatever that is.
I did that today at the pharmacy, and one of the technicians was like, "Do you have to look like that whenever you do that?"
What the fuck?
Because I was, someone was like, "What's the age of this person?" I'm like, and then I like looked up, and she's like, "Why are you?" She's like, "You don't have to look like that while you do that, do you?" And I'm like, I was trying not to do the calculator.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Biden mentioned the word malarkey a bunch. I wanted a malarkey count. He kept talking about, this guy's talking about full of malarkey.
What is it? 2020 again, man?
He used it a lot. He loved that word. Also, Trump mentioned multiple times that he didn't want to be there. He kept saying, I don't even have to be here. I would rather not be here. But the only reason I'm here is because of a horrible place he's put this country into. I don't have to be here. I could be in one of my many homes doing many different things. I don't want to be here, but I have to be here because someone needs to run this country. Literally, like, almost verbatim what he said multiple times. He kept talking about how he didn't want to be there.
It's also just so odd that Again, it's like the mega church thing is still bizarre to me, where they brag about having all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, why? In my head, if I was like a median voter and someone I'm voting for is saying how many homes he has, that's completely out of touch, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I think you would be surprised
some people
if a median
are probably
voter
like
that.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he's got a lot of homes. Okay,
wow,
good.
He's got a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, that's not.
That's not what that means.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
good for us.
No.
That doesn't mean he's not going to give us any money.
Yeah, you're not going to get it.
He doesn't have any anymore. I just thought that was funny. And then I just kind of wanted to, you mentioned something and I know you were just bringing something up, but I did see a lot of cope from lefties trying to explain the cold thing.
Yeah.
Or trying to explain that, well, where Biden was positioned, the commentators were further away from him than they were from Trump. So that's why it looked like he was kind of looking around losses, because they were further away. Literally verbatim, I heard somebody say, I won't say who it was. And I was like, man, why are you trying to back this fucker up?
Yeah.
Who gives a
Yeah,
shit?
especially this.
Why would you ever try to back Biden up?
At
He
this
is
point.
done at this point. At this point,
during that, we'll
with
say.
the absolute the
Now the
fucking
cope has
Israel-Gaza shit.
completely moved on my side from
Yeah.
voting for Biden to we'll get a Kamala Harris ticket. Don't worry about it.
So that's where I want to go next, is the call for an open convention, the call for having Biden step down and having a new nominee come
because
in.
it is early still. Technically, it's not super early. Like it's not like 2012
early
early.
enough.
It's not like 2012, like 2016 early, where they were already doing it like 2014,
Right.
And like doing like huge political debates by like 2015 ish.
Yeah.
But it is early for like a one-on-one. Like there was no primaries basically for a big 2024 election like that.
Is it technically still early?
I think so, because you wouldn't have debates until like,
Because when is the primary?
well, the primary wouldn't end until like August or September sometimes. So you would have people getting primaried, quote unquote, too. And some people would drop out early primaries in like April,
Right.
and it would go like, through the summer.
Right. Yeah. So I guess
I'm just saying like there is still time, but
doesn't feel
time
like
is
it,
running
though.
out.
Yeah. It definitely does not feel like it.
Because there was like the last, if I recall correctly, there was a debate in like late August, early September 2020, I think, or 2016.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever, because like I remember like of course me being the Bernie bro I was at the time, remember like whenever Bernie had to pull out.
Yeah.
And it was like I was watching those debates like
Right.
during this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because those are the more exciting ones.
Yeah, it was like early, it was like spring into summer. Yeah.
Like now it's like, okay, it's, I know I'm voting for whatever.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just, you're just watching it for entertainment value at this point.
Yeah. But
Or
continuing.
to get absolutely depressed.
Yeah. Continuing on,
Yeah.
moving over.
Yeah, I my personal opinion on it is of course I would be in support of Biden stepping down and someone in an open convention, most likely more than anything. Because obviously I want anybody I want anybody else that isn't Biden or Trump
Yeah.
and isn't, Republican, far right, whatever you want to say.
It's just one of those like,
obviously.
damn, like I cannot believe that is actually just above or just going against Trump at this point.
Yeah.
And Trump should have been long gone.
Right.
Like in my opinion, I mean, like
Yeah.
he's convicted felon. It just feels like that should have been in
But
the
he'll never
Constitution.
leave. He'll
but
never leave until
he's
he
not going to be
dies.
around. And even when he dies, it won't be gone.
Right. But obviously I'm in support of that. My personal feeling on it though is I just don't know if it would be smart at this point. Like you said, it does still feel early. It is still early, but to me, I just don't know, as divisive as we are, even just by political parties or by as a country as a whole, within, changing to someone now just like
It
I
would
think
look like
just
a really bad move.
It would look
really
real
bad.
bad.
It would look really bad.
It would. I think it would. And also, I just think that, like, it would need to happen so quick. And it would just need to be like, this is the person.
Yeah.
And, like, we can't say anything. Like, that's it. It's just this person. Like, you get what you get.
Yeah.
It can't be like the open convention's great, but that could also lead to a lot more indecisiveness and then a lot more bitterness if someone, you know what I mean?
It would create a third person to vote for.
Yes.
Not to say that there isn't a third person to vote
Right.
for, but realistically, it would have created a split on one side of the party and would have been the one that isn't including Trump.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't, and personally, to be completely honest, everybody has been trying to be optimistic that there's a possibility Biden could step down. I'll just go outright and say it. I don't think it's going to.
No, I don't think he's going to.
He says he won't. I just don't see it happening. If it's not going to happen now, it's not going to happen at all.
No.
So,
And it would have looked like way more of an admission of defeat to do that after this debate.
Exactly.
Than to go in and swing on a second one.
And then again, that just goes right back around to even less support for the Democratic Party. Because it's like, wow, your leader couldn't even hack it.
Yeah.
That you guys have to like pussy out and get someone else in.
Right.
And that, again, that'll throw off the average Joe.
Or even the person that would have been a lock for Biden that they're like, well, fuck, I don't want to vote for that guy.
They're indecisive. Like, you know, who knows what this, I don't even know who this, I don't know enough about this next person.
Right.
You know.
Don't know about this Gavin Newsom guy.
Right, exactly. So yeah, it's just a whole fucking mess that we don't even know what's going to happen. You know, I think everybody has just been like, everybody kind of seemed to come to the conclusion that Trump's going to win. I'll be optimistic about that.
Yeah, I'll probably wait a little bit on that, but
I don't necessarily agree with that. I just think, you know, this has just got to make more people more politically active as far as pushing either for him to step down or pushing for people to get out and vote for him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
We've seen some very old politicians in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. We've seen some very old politicians in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg, whether you like that decision or not that she didn't retire. And then also with Dianne Kilstein.
Kilstein.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Dianne Feinstein. That's what it is.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. It's a whole situation that we'll just kind of have to see how it pans out at this point. Who knows what's going to happen?
Because then at least in 2028, them's going to have to run someone different.
Someone. We'll got to see who's oldest at that point. The eldest has to win.
The McDonald's will start smoking a different color. That's how we know they chose a different one.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, instead of green or purple, it's going to burn a bright blue. And they'll be like, we found a new Democrat.
Found him. It's George Santos. And then, yeah, I mean, if Trump wins in this whole Project 2025 thing.
It's Sebastian Gorka.
I don't even know who that is.
Me neither.
Sebastian Maniscalco, comedian. Do you know about this Project 2025
Yeah,
thing?
yeah. I haven't even read all of it. It's a very long report. It's coming from the Heritage Society, Heritage Foundation. Yeah. It's a very long report, and it's pretty detailed.
Yeah.
So it's like, if anything, to anybody that would be considering, or maybe they're on and they're listening to this and they're maybe like, oh, you know, I'm not really sure if I should, you know, I don't really like Biden because he does all this and all that. Let me just say, do your own research on the Project 2025 thing. I don't want to spread anything that might be wrong.
Yeah.
But do your own research with that, we'll say, and just know that that is ultimately what you were voting for.
Yeah. That's
in this election. Goal. That's ultimate what you're voting for. Yeah, Biden might not be there for the whole presidency, and it might be Kamala halfway through, or it might be Kamala one day after.
Which is fine.
Yeah, which is fine. I'm just saying that the Project 2025 is like the bottomless pit.
Manifesto.
Yeah,
it's literally like it's like Mein Kampf.
It's literally like the bottomless pit of hell that you would go into if you were to say vote for.
And I mean,
convicted felon. I'll say it again. Right. Convicted felon. Whether you believe he won the election or not, that's fine. But he is a lawfully convicted criminal.
And people got to weigh that more too, because they're like, "Wow, Biden really shit the bed at the debate." And it's like, but he's also a felon. He's also going against a felon. A lot of average Joes, especially like suburban moms, aren't going to vote for Trump because he's a felon.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know these people. I know these kinds of people.
And like a felon, he can't get a regular job at McDonald's.
He can't.
He can't. It might be pretty hard to get a job at Jack in the Box.
It'd be pretty hard. So yeah, but Project 2020, I mean, just even, there's so much to it, but even just the environmental stuff that we're already seeing
Chevron,
with the Supreme Court.
Chevron overruling.
Is just a nightmare, absolute nightmare of what's going on with that. But yeah, maybe things won't happen. I don't know. It's too early to even tell.
The birds will still sing
until they die.
Yeah,
until they burn up.
Yeah.
But I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm going to California, where it's
actually hotter.
And probably
more hellish.
And the
Your
smog.
only form of hellish entertainment.
And the smog is just, you can see it. It's so thick.
Yeah.
But that's where
That's the dream, baby.
That's the dream, baby. And it's going to help my lungs out. We love it, don't we, folks? Let's move on and talk about more American politics. Let's talk about M.I.A. So if you don't know,
Never get high like planes if you kick me in.
I don't want to do it.
Bang, 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 bang.
And
Ching.
oh dang it, you talked over.
Sorry.
And anti-M.I.A. So that's who she is. That was actually her performing that song.
Yeah, wow.
So recently, this is from June 26th. Oh, okay. So that was last week. I think that was last week. You do, yeah. This actually comes from hypebeast.com.
I haven't followed them for a long time.
They're like a fashion blog.
It was a whole lifestyle.
Yeah. Why don't you don't follow them anymore?
I think I used to, yeah. Way back in the day. I still
follow them. They might have been one that I was like, you're annoying. I don't think so though. I feel like I still follow. Yeah, no, I do still follow them, I think. But so M.I.A.
the
musical artist has been very controversial. I forgot all about this, or I don't even remember this. It like seems to stem from this incident at her Super Bowl performance.
She did a Super Bowl performance?
There's no way it was just her. I'm sure it was like a feature. I hope, because if that was a thing, I don't remember it. But she flipped off the camera at the Super Bowl, and she got fined like millions of dollars for it. And the NFL and her came to an undisclosed settlement. What does it say?
It was when Madonna performed.
When was that? I don't remember that at all either.
I don't know, man.
I'm going to say 2008. It probably even says in this thing. 2012. 2012. Okay.
God damn, dude. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't remember her coming out.
She got sued for $1.5 million.
Yeah, but then they came to an undisclosed settlement. So not millions, sorry. $1.5 million. But it seems to stem from there. And then I remember it being controversial for other stuff, but then it came to like 2020 when she was like strongly anti-vaxxer.
Right,
and
I do remember that.
It says in this article that she like, I got to read it verbatim because it's like the craziest thing I've ever read. Sorry, I should have just pull quoted this. She then got into hot water in 2022 when she compared Alex Jones' lies about the Sandy Hook shooting to celebrities promoting the COVID-19 vaccine.
I do remember that as well.
What the fuck? How fucked in the head are you? You are fucked in the head for saying some shit like that. That is absolutely insane that she said that. Cannot believe that.
And why would you say that to an audience like that?
Yeah.
You know?
Why? It's just, I mean, she got in big trouble, lost a bunch of money. Oh, Gavin, I think you read that number wrong. Suing her for $15.1 million.
Oh, well, I just pulled up on Google. I was just like,
and maybe that was what they ended up coming to as a settlement. I don't know. Yeah, because I was like, I thought it was more than that. But maybe that was the number they came to. Maybe it did come out. Because it says, and reach an undisclosed settlement. So yeah. I don't know. But she probably lost a shit ton of money. I don't know I don't know anything she's come out with since Paper Planes. I have no idea. Don't even know when that came out. So she was like, well, I guess I got to take the grift. And so that's what she did. Someone champions her, I guess. But anyways, back to reality.
She's not, it's so odd because she's also not like perpetrating like Trump things either. She's just British.
Yeah, you're right. It's just she's
just a fucking kooky. She's just a kooky Brit. Yeah,
not right in the gourd.
Yeah. Are you out of your gourd?
Are you out of your gourd? Oh, gosh, Mickey.
Gosh.
Oh, gosh. I'm not gonna do that bit. Gosh, Mickey, I'll get my dick sucked. We did that in a car for about an hour.
That was multiple times. Yeah, that was not just one time. It was like multiple times. Gosh, Mickey, Minnie suck my dick.
Gosh, Mork and Mindy. He joined the Mork and Mindy cast.
Yeah, right.
So, this reads from Hypebeast. Outside of her musical exploits, M.I.A. has taken a deep dive into conspiracy theories in the past decade, and she's now launching OHMNI. Longest, most confusing acronym name I've ever heard.
Is that supposed to spell something?
I have no idea. It's all caps.
Oh, it's probably Omni.
Omni. Sure, yeah. We'll go with that. A new line of clothing accessories that including a real-life tinfoil hat to perpetually protect the wearer from 5G waves. And we'll look at it. We'll look at it all. Okay. Oh, I should screen record.
Is it purportedly?
Purportedly, probably.
Purportedly.
Perpetually.
Yeah.
Perpetuity.
In perpetuity.
In perpetuity gland. You got to protect that perpetuity gland. Sorry, I'm just doing a screen recording so we can see this all in the live. Most of the branding behind Omni preys on fears of the future, like the rise of AI and aforementioned electromagnetic waves. All products claim to offer, quote, exceptional electrical conductivity, end quote.
Wait. What? Oh, okay. To prevent that. Okay. I'm like, whoa.
All products claim to offer exceptional electrical conductivity.
That does not sound
it doesn't
like
say prevent it. It says
it's just like it will
offer it. And quote 99.999% shielding effectiveness.
Wow.
End quote from electromagnetic waves due to the original Silver Street Shield textiles they use.
I bet.
This goes on to talk about 5G, yada yada.
I'm curious to know what those sound like as you wear them. Does it sound like tinfoil?
I don't know.
That would be crazy. That'd be really annoying.
Because I've seen no, it's just like it just sounds like a sweatsuit. I think
probably but it would be funny if it did sound like tinfoil.
Right.
To be quite honest with you,
it would be funny. The hat is far from the only product to make somewhat questionable claims with no bona fide proof of concept. Boxers claim to, quote, protects testosterone and boosts fertility, end quote, while bags and phone cases cut, quote, all Wi-Fi and data, making sure your device is untrackable and unhackable, end quote. That's the claims they're making for all this.
I'm surprised that she's just not selling like a Faraday cage or something like that. It's like a cage that disables.
I forgot about those.
I'm surprised she just doesn't sell that. If she's that worried about that.
Well, she thinks that this can keep it away.
Sure, man. She actually fell for the meme like COVID is caused by 5G.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
like, she literally. Actually just, and she's just buying into that. She's like, this is just the meme.
Buying it and
we're just doing a meme with this one. We're just falling into a meme with this.
Put it into a Faraway cage, you cuck. The About section of the brand's... You kooky loony. The brand's website reads, quote, in time of smart cities, digital, crypto, AI, Neuralink, hackable humans, zero privacy, deep mind, internal body, data harvesting,
these are all just
indiscriminate
buzzwords.
Tracking, surveillance, mind data mining, social media overload, augmented reality, and social credit system, virtual dystopian minefield. We bring you the revolutionary future of fashion. Omni is your last frontier at preserving your privacy, autonomy, and rights over your body and data. Not, protecting abortion rights.
No.
And then it just goes on to explain about the stuff, about the Sandy Hook thing. So let's take a look at this clothing. The website is extremely confusing, so I just pulled up the shop page. So we got a few things. $100 for the tinfoil hat. Literally called a tinfoil hat, so she's like
buying
at least aware of the memeage of it, which is a weird phenomenon I'm seeing. We talked about that lady on Instagram who wears like the tinfoil hat in Costco, and her husband films her, and she's like, people must think I'm crazy, but they don't realize that I'm being protective.
Yeah,
it's like, well,
that was literally like
crazy. That was like shit in the 50s.
Yeah, I was going to say 50s. And like
was where that came from. Long before 5G was ever even a thing.
Son, put on your tinfoil hat. We're trying to protect ourselves from alien brainwaves.
We're hearing about this thing called 5G. Yeah, it was like alien shit.
Yeah, watch out. The aliens are going to get your brain.
I remember talking about that in elementary school and being like, that's crazy.
I remember watching Signs in elementary school and being fucking...
I've not seen it yet. Don't spoil it. So here's a look at more of the clothing. We're going to talk about some of my favorites. Of course, we got to get to the boxers. So yeah, like the fully protective t-shirt is $100, $200 for that shirt.
Jesus Christ, man. Doesn't even look good, man.
Chrome anti-trace phone case, $50. Duffel bag, $200. Ballers.
What are the pants?
Potency jeans, Gavin. These just protect your balls. These unisex potency jeans are made with the highest quality 100% black cotton with glistening silver. Yeah, get to the good part. Featuring a secret back pocket. Get this, Gavin. Featuring a secret back pocket Faraday cage.
Yeah, baby. We're
built into the pocket.
Wow. I bet that works.
I'll take two. These
one for each testicle.
Yeah, one for each testy. Can you get the camera in a second? Well, I got to put my DS in one and then put my phone in the other. No, it's just one Faraday cage. I regret to inform you. These genes allow you to go off the grid, disconnecting your device's Wi-Fi and data, making you unhackable and untrackable. So if this claims to do what it says it does, you're putting your phone in your pocket and you'll never get a notification. No. Like that's like, what? Are you fucking stupid? Unless Wi-Fi, unless you're saying Wi-Fi is different than data, but I wouldn't think so, because I think a Faraday cage blocks everything.
Like everything. Yeah.
So you're literally just, you should just leave your fucking phone at home and then, you absolute fucking dimwit. You are a fucking idiot. If you buy this stuff, you are fucking dumb. You are so stupid.
Now, if you're someone that is like, say like us, and they want to see if it does work like that, then that's fine.
Yeah, like us.
Yeah, like us.
I bought 2 pairs of these.
Right.
$200. I just want to see if they work.
I wanted to know if I could put 2 pairs on, and maybe I could get 2 Faraday cages.
Double the hacking.
Double the potency.
Double the potency,
I'm going
please.
to double the potency.
Barkeep, give me double the potency, please.
Now, just get
Right
really,
away.
I've got really big teeth over here. Mine is M.I.A, and I might keep some. And I'm like,
It's Bebo. M.I.A just sent me in these new potency jeans. We're going to try them on and see if my girlfriend over there can hack my phone with them on. We'll see what happens. And we're going to eat these whole kinds of beans.
oh, we're going to eat this whole kinds of beans on toast.
On toast while we do it.
Shush. With its unique atomic structure, copper, what? Copper offers exceptional electroconductivity.
I'm not sure they know what this means. I'm not going to. Why are they talking about electrical conductivity?
So you can charge your phone.
Well, it's like, okay, I get it. Okay, here's 2 schools of thought. The reason why I think it's ridiculous is because it's like you could just get shocked really hard through your pants if they're saying it's like maximum.
A lot of electroconductivity.
Yeah, a lot of electroconductivity. Or the opposite is that it's diverting it away, like what it's showing there.
I love all these symbols.
Like it's bringing it
radiation.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I bet,
a really hefty claim.
Yeah, that is. You scroll down a little bit, see what
EMF, RF,
show what they're showing there. Yeah, see, like that's what I'm thinking is that they're like, oh, see, it's like kind of like pulling it into it, so it kind of just like
and keeping you in a ring.
Yeah,
a ring. But then it's funny because it's like, well, I guess my legs are fucked, but at least my crotch will be protected unless something gets below me.
Unless those are just the whole pants.
No. It's just this area.
It's just the crotch.
Because they have a full
the crotchular area.
The crotchular.
They do have full silver pants right there.
Yeah, full shield armor, which are cheaper for some reason.
Sure.
Oh, maybe they don't have the Faraday cage. Can I get a close up of the Faraday cage?
Let me get that.
Hey Siri.
So those Faraday cages, right? Let me see.
Oh, I was gonna say, do they not have any? How do I fucking go to the next picture? What is happening on this fucking website? How do I go to the next picture here?
Oh, come on, man. Just click the big button that says that. There you go.
Oh.
Whoa. Wow, that's stylish. Great.
That's definitely going to be super comfortable to sit on.
With your phone back there. Just like dangling. It's like super loose.
You got a Faraday cage in your pocket? Just happy to see me sitting on an angle.
What's going on there, man? Your back okay?
Yeah, it's just my Faraday cage. Really fucking up my back. Must have slept on it wrong.
Do they make those small enough like that?
I don't know. I thought they were pretty big too. That's why I was like...
I think like they started out really big.
Oh, here's the boxers. I didn't even see these yet. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Why can't I fucking... God damn it. Can I
now use arrow keys. Oh, okay.
There we go.
Yep.
Where's the Faraday? Whoa.
Whoa.
That's an interesting way to wear them.
Can you put your penis through it?
Is that what they think a close-up of it is?
Yeah.
Wires?
Yeah.
There's wires. It could poke you. It could poke your balls wide open.
Might rupture your ball sack.
Might rub
one out on you.
You wake up and your ball sack is cut straight down the center, right down the seam.
It's like a lightsaber.
Yeah. You put them on here. These loose-fitting potency boxer shorts, I don't care what they're made of. With its unique atomic structure, you've used that too many times. Silver offers exceptional electrical conductivity, Gavin.
Atomic structure. That's crazy.
They've said that multiple times.
A unique atomic structure, as if each atom is a little bit different.
It's unique.
They went into the anatomical structures.
They
and edited
split the
these.
fucking atom to make these.
They split the fucking atom. They nuked the fuck out of a city to make these.
We nuked the whole west side of London to make these.
I went over to
Hey, it's
Liverpool.
Bevo. We're going to be making some potency jeans today.
We went over to Liverpool to make sure that we could make one of these. So we just bombed a factory with a nuke.
We just straight bombed it. The factory hasn't been running since the 30s anyways. It's all right.
Ever since we mined all the fucking coal.
All the fucking
Coal.
coal.
If there's one thing.
Leggings.
Woo! Is that,
work out.
hold on, go back up. What is that? What is
That she's
that
wearing?
one?
That's a good question. Are they selling that? They have a do-rag? Brain protection do-rag.
No way.
Really good naming. I gotta be honest though, she looks good for her age. If I can just be nice about her for a minute.
Is that M.I.A.?
Yeah, that's her.
That's not M.I.A.
Swear to God, that's her.
That's not M.I.A.
That's not, is it?
She's like not British.
British people age not very well
not
usually.
very well, yeah.
But she did. Just to, just be a little,
Whenever
say
you make her black
something
and white.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever you put her in a black and white picture to show clothing that is somewhat color. I guess it doesn't. It's all silver and
I guess
black.
it would just be silver and black, yeah, white. Maybe.
What if I wore that?
I think you'd look really cool, man.
I think I'd get
Yeah,
in
you
trouble.
should buy some of these.
I think I'd get in big
I'm
trouble.
actually not sure what this would look like if you were to go through like a metal detector. Would those go
Just
off?
fucking explode it.
If it's supposed to be, electrically.
Get the bands off. It's my potency boxers. Sir, what's going on? It's my potency boxers. Oh my God, they're splitting my balls in half. No, that's what happens. You go through TSA and it's the spinning one and it's like, oh, fuck. Giving you the old, the atomic wedgie.
Yeah, it is.
That's when it splits the atom in your asshole. Oh, fuck.
News report coming in.
Dude, I got a flight coming up soon.
Yeah, you got to buy some of these boxers.
It's going to be one of
These boxers. Get them up.
Oh my God. You just have the best orgasm of your life wearing them. Holy shit. What the fuck? Holy shit, there's so much electricity.
We've just received word. The St. Louis Lambert Airport has been nuked.
The atom has been
Split at St. Louis Lambert Airport.
Apparently the man was wearing potency boxers, as that was his final words.
I'm wearing potency boxers.
That passerbys could hear. What's going on, sir? Potency boxers! What's that? Just. By the way, I'm not doing anything at Lambert International Airport. Please don't. We're just all make believe. I'm not wearing potency boxers.
He's not wearing potency boxers. He's not buying them. He's not wearing them.
And I'm not doing anything that involves turning the airport to dust. I shouldn't even say that.
Nah.
It's not happening. It's all in Minecraft. Anyways, we're talking.
No, yeah,
we're just talking about
it's just
Minecraft.
hypothetically, if that were to happen, we were laughing at the fact that Carson would explode and have split the atom in his pants.
Exactly.
I've split the atom in my pants a couple times. You know what I'm saying?
Is this this seems a little odd to me. I've never seen this on even an international page.
Shipping times.
They said due to ongoing conflict in the Middle East, there are disruptions in shipping routes and delivery times are slightly slower than expected. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Sure, man.
I guess. I guess it's not impossible. Ordinary shipping will arrive in 6 to 11 calendar days. Express shipping 4 to 8. Express shipping $10 worldwide. I was hoping there would be a claim where it was like shipping will start in November.
Yeah, something like that.
This is a pre-order.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No, she's already got them made. They're just sitting in cargo ships offshore
in the Middle East.
In the Middle
apparently.
East, yeah.
Apparently, they're all in the Middle East.
Good for her, man.
Good
I mean,
for
not
M.I.A.
really. Yeah.
No, not at all.
Not
She's
at all.
a piece of shit.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
But I'll still fucking jam paper planes in the car on the way to work.
Bam, 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 bam,
They're gonna ask me to take my AirPods out at the
You're like,
TSA, and I'm
watch. Put it in my Faraday cage.
this one time I went through TSA with my potency boxers on. No, they asked you to take your hat off, and I forgot to, and I got all the way through, and I was like, I need to take my hat off.
There was one time I went through, and they, no joke, this happened. They
Okay.
like took my hat off and put a little sprinkle on my head.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
And then they put it back on, and I'm like, what the fuck was that?
didn't tell you anything?
No, they're just like, step aside, sir. And I'm like, okay. And then they just put it, and then just went, on top of my head, or like put it on the top of my hat.
And then he kissed you on the forehead.
Yeah, then they sent me off.
They said goodnight.
I guess maybe I was like the timer.
Yeah.
Maybe just like, oh, how long does it take for you to walk through TSA to your flight and then get to St. Louis?
Or they were just like,
no, I'm gonna fuck with this guy today.
let's just fuck with this guy.
Yeah.
Well, you're probably pretty young. You haven't flown in a while.
I was 18.
18 was the last time you flew?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you fly? Oh.
Minneapolis.
Oh, yeah.
My family's been on vacations. I have not.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I said, I'm like, when was the last time you flew?
It's been a long time.
It's all right, man. You'll get there one day. You'll figure it out. I don't know. You
Careful with that.
You're
man.
probably you're going to fly somewhere later this year.
Yeah, I will, but that'll be the first time in a long time.
I've
dropped people off at the airport like 8 or 9 times.
Well, speaking of, I might need you to pick me up. No, because you'll have to go to bed. I get home at like, my flight lands at like 1:30 in the morning.
Whew.
Yeah, and it's like a Wednesday. Yeah, I want to.
Although I could be off. I'm not saying, but I did meet my preceptor today, and he said I'll get like a day or two of like library day, quote unquote, to like research stuff about like law.
Well, I don't want you to take a day off just because of me. We'll figure it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get there.
Anyways, that's enough about M.I.A. Just very, very quickly, I just want to say Beverly Hills Cop from 1984, starring Eddie Murphy, is a good movie.
Go watch it.
Very surprised.
Really? I've always heard good things about Beverly Hills Cop. Is that the one?
I didn't until recently. I never heard anything about it.
Is this the one with Jackie Chan?
No.
What's that one?
That's the one with, I think, I've never seen it. I think that's the one with, he's dead. What's his name? Chris Farley.
Okay.
Maybe. Unless you're thinking of Rush Hour.
Rush Hour is the one I'm thinking of.
I was like, maybe Jackie Chan's in.
It's Rush Hour. That's the one I was thinking of.
I can't think of the fucking...
They were both like California-based movies in my head, and they both drive red cars.
I used to like Rush Hour. I remember watching that as a kid and being like, I shouldn't be watching this.
You're like, yeah.
It's always on like VH1 or something.
Yeah.
It's a great movie, though. But... man, is it hard to get over Eddie Murphy's laugh. It's like
that was the bit. I'm 90% that's
literally
like
the bit.
Yeah.
That's like the thing you're supposed to laugh at.
Yeah,
they like leave it in and like really accentuate that we're gonna watch.
You're supposed to like
his whole laugh.
Right.
But it was like I was like, oh, it's just gonna be like a stupid funny
running gag, I guess.
Well, the movie as a whole, I was like, oh, this is just a stupid, dumb, funny comedy action movie from the 80s. Dude, it gets serious.
Oh yeah.
They like straight, like I didn't realize that. I was like, oh, this is just a funny movie. Dude, they straight up shoot a guy, they pop a guy in the head 2 times and you see the whole thing. And then he like flops over and he's like dead. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck just happened?
Were you high while you watched this?
Yeah.
Because it did say Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, I like just watching like stupid 80s movies, right? I'm in an 80s movies, like action movies kick recently.
You gotta watch like Weird Science next or something.
Yeah, I do need to watch
like,
that.
16 Candles or whatever that one is.
Yeah.
And like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, like all those kinds of movies,
I've seen that. Yeah, I do. There's a lot I need to watch, but that was the one that came to mind. I was like, oh, I thought this was going to be a funny movie. Dude, it gets serious, but it's good.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, shit.
I'll have to watch it.
I was like, I did not think that was going to happen. But yeah, moving on, because we got a long one here, and we're going to get through it. We'll do it quickly, but I think we need to do it. Nextdoor Drama is the last American thing we'll do. We'll do our Whatcha Listening To and get out of here quick, because it's getting late. If you don't know Nextdoor Drama, of course, the Nextdoor is a blog posting website for your neighborhood where people post whatever's going on. And what we do is we go there and we take a blog entry in the comments and we script it out and we do it as like a dramatic reenactment, like a script read, as if we were going to put it on as a show or a movie or a play. This one was sent in our Nextdoor correspondent on the ground, Gavin's dad, Phil. Shout out one time. He sent us a few. I haven't read the other one yet, but this one I was like, yeah, bye. Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
And I might have went a little haywire because it's pretty long. It's got a pretty good monologue to start it out, but it's worth it in my opinion. And this Nextdoor Drama is titled Suspicious Activity. Not piggybacking off of last week, but somewhat similar. Not really. I will be playing Paul. Am I playing Paul? Nope, you're playing Paul. I did it again. Gavin is playing Paul, who's an OCD insane neighbor. I don't mean to make fun of OCD. It's just the way I'm categorizing him. And I will be playing Robert, who's kind of the cool dad, the laid back guy. That's just kind of the guy who I am. Without saying much else and without wasting any more time, I'm going to hit the Nextdoor Drama intro song. I'm going to get right into it.
I cannot hold it anymore.
What is that about? Sorry, I'm looking at my soundboard weird, so I need to like... Oh, here we go. Scary.
You weren't supposed to do that.
Sorry.
Joe.
Berenstein Bears.
Nextdoor Drama.
Did we hit the camera again? I already forgot.
I did.
Okay, thank you. I don't know why I forgot about that.
Suspicious activity. Last week, I heard a rumor of a group of teenage kids meeting in the wooded area of Park Charles South and several girls fighting, but I did not think much about it. Then, last night, Saturday, June 22nd, while leaving the Park Charles South neighborhood's Picnic in the Park event just after 8 p.m. near dusk, in a very short time of 5 minutes, I noticed, at least, 20 young teenagers, boys and girls, with no adults, steadily filing into and through small hidden dense pathway that leads into the heavy wooded area directly across the street from Park Charles South, Lake Superior. Lake number 2! The entrance is off to the right and the address is at this. 401 Park Charles South Boulevard. The secluded pathway entrance into the woods is surrounded by dense brush overgrowth and has a slight 6-foot tall by 3-foot wide opening. By their casual stroll, I think a large group of teenagers have been gathering in that area of the deep woods at night as a party hangout for quite some time. It's probably a secret weekend meeting place for them after telling their parents they were going to a friend's house. It seems strange to see just before dark, and parents should be aware of the juvenile activity in that area of the woods at night before something bad happens, and I don't think they're gathering to pray to Jesus.
So basically they're doing what every other teenager in the world did at that age? And what I did myself? Got it.
Watch the true story Under the Bridge. You might not be so flippant.
Sorry, didn't live my life being scared of every shadow. I live my life to enjoy it and love seeing kids, adults, and seniors living it up and having the time of their life.
Yes, I did back then, but these are extremely different times. Moral-less times. 30 years ago, I would have never imagined some of the things that are taking place now.
Every statistic and data point shows we are safer than at any time during the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So I don't know where this boogeyman is hiding at. Life is for living.
Still happens, but many are cyberbullied. Awareness is the key, and nothing wrong with posting his concerns. It was stated a rumor was circulating about a possible fight. Honestly, 21% is still pretty staggering. Child-on-child abuse is common. At CACs in 2022, 21% of people alleged to have abused a child were themselves children in cases where we knew the child of the alleged abuser. Around 14% of the total were teenagers. Think about how much goes undetected and reported. I am sure it is higher than 21%. Sure, this data is under an umbrella of different scenarios, but nonetheless, it occurs. Many children feel shame and embarrassment and remain silent.
Human nature hasn't changed. We didn't have the cameras in our face every day, and our parents weren't aware of what we were doing. You mean to tell me that all kids outside from dawn till dusk in the 60s, 70s, and 80s with no supervision had some level of superior morals? Absurd. There are a lot of posts here blaming today's parents for not monitoring their kids. Rewind to those decades and let me know whether your parent knew where you were and what you were doing, or Lord forbid, you knew where your kids were. Don't think so.
Unfortunately, horror is what I think now when it comes to large groups of kids gathering. I mean, hell, look at that poor girl that was surrounded by peers and had her head smashed into the concrete. Sad to say, because I ran the streets too as a kid, but nowadays it is just like a horror/freak show we are sending our kids into that just happens to be the real world.
I fail to see the point of that statement.
On the news this morning, Fox 2 Now News, Missouri, 1 dead, 5 injured in downtown St. Louis shooting that a bunch of teens in their 20s were hanging out in downtown STL. 1 is dead and 5 others were shot. Yep, same thing we did as teens.
Are we in Germany, say, a while back? Kids are doing what kids do. Thank God I grew up in the era I did, or there would be no fun to be had. Are we in Germany, say, a while back?
On the news this morning. On the news this morning.
What'd you think, man?
Scary.
Sounds like kids are just doing normal things to me.
I still believe that
We will win.
I still believe that we will win. No, I like just like how the story of that lady living up in the thing. Kids love to go into the fucking woods and just have like a space that's open in the middle of the woods.
Yeah,
that
dude,
is 100. That we had space in this, like, we call it the jungle next to our house. It was just like some different colored like trees.
Yeah,
and it was like they're weird leaves. It looked like Jurassic Park leaves. I have no other way to describe them to me. I wish I knew what kind of trees they were, because the people who moved in after us destroyed that.
Oh, good.
Destroyed that little patch of trees for some reason. It was really cool. I thought we had cut it into like trails and stuff.
That's cool.
It was really cool, and we had like, generally agreed upon layout of it. Mm-hmm. So it was pretty cool to just like have
the HOA up your ass.
Yeah, probably. We would have if anyone knew what we were really doing back there.
Which was having fights.
Yes, which was having fights and congregating.
Fight club.
But it's like, what are they insinuating was happening? And also they mentioned that these people weren't in their teens anymore sometimes.
Yeah, this other story.
Not the 20s one, but like
in their 20s.
But also like earlier it seemed like he was saying like these are younger kids, but also like maybe not.
Yeah.
He was like, these are kids, but maybe not. Maybe they're teenagers. Maybe they're late teenagers. Maybe they're not even teenagers, kind of thing.
There are people our age going into the woods.
Yeah, they're like, we don't really like that. And it's like
that.
It's like, well, because of people like you, they can't do this.
Right. Right.
And that's really what the comments were saying. Was,
I'm like, you don't know what they're doing.
You don't know what they're doing, and who gives a fuck? It's the fucking park.
Yeah, it's the park. It's public. You can do stripper pole in there, apparently.
Yeah, evidently.
Evidently, you can do that. So let them.
But I'm sure there's parks everywhere that have like these open areas in the middle of these trees.
And there's maybe terrible shit going on. I don't know.
Yeah.
What are?
And then there is. What am I supposed to do about it?
Yeah, we need to like put cam. Someone literally was like, trail cam.
Oh,
hidden
give me
trail
a break.
cam, and I was like, are you? I think you'd be a pedo if you did that. You're spying on. You're insinuating that you want to spy on teenagers.
Kids. Yeah. Who could be kids?
Fucking yeah. Well, our kid. I mean, teenagers. Kid. I mean, they're all underage.
Right.
So fucking nutty ass people. I'll put my trail cam in there.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be weird, right, guys?
I need to grab my phone.
Oh, he needs to get it, doesn't he?
No, I don't.
Moving on,
not
folks.
Really.
Real quick, what you listening to every week? Gavin and I recommend a song, album, or artist to each other, to the audience. This week, Gavin, what are you listening to, my friend?
This weekend, I'm listening to Songs of Praise by Shame.
Sounds like a church album.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's very British.
Oh, very British.
This came from being recommended the Starburster Fontaines DC.
Okay. I saw they linked up with Idols.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
There's a video of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, these
Very
are like
British
very
people.
Eccentric British people.
They are very eccentric British people. That is 100% correct. But these guys came up, and I went on like a 30-minute bike ride and listened to the album.
Nice.
And it's a little bit longer than 30 minutes, but
you stretched it.
I stretched it, and I've listened to the songs multiple times, and I really like Tasteless and One Rizla.
That's funny.
But it's just kind of like, I don't know, it just kind of feels It's exactly what I wanted to hear and exactly what I needed to hear after listening to Fontaines for so long. And a couple of these songs are actually not too bad, but they're very British. I will say that. They do definitely talk about like British things.
Nice.
It's not like LDN by Lily Allen where it's like Tesco, you know,
Tesco.
She mentions Tesco and stuff like that, but it's just talking about like, you know, just how shit is, and it's just, you know, just growing up and just like, you know, that kind of thing.
That's cool.
2018.
That's when it's
That was when it came out.
Oh.
Yeah. Songs of Praise.
And they have a song called Rizzler?
Rizla.
Still, it says Riz in it. They were ahead of their time.
They might have been.
All right, Jerry. Jerry!
They might have been, Kramer.
Well, I don't know that they were doing that.
George, I didn't mean it. I'm just saying they said
They blew up
Rizla
the
in
whole
2018.
block.
That was 6 years ago, Kramer. That was 6 years ago. That was basically an entire decade.
You're crazy. That's my Kramer impression.
That was
it
good. Yeah.
Gavin, I regret to inform you.
Is this another one? Is this another deathcore
I
album?
was scared you're going to hit that because I have a little cut there. From disc golfing, of course. Shout out. Humble brag.
Shut up one time.
Chat at one time, and I will write it down, so don't worry. No, Gavin, it's not. I don't regret to inform you that it's another metalcore album from the 2010s. Unfortunately, Gavin, there has been a new core that we have discovered. We've discovered a new core. It's called hypercore.
Ooh,
This is a core I didn't know of. It's not the core of my core's brother's core.
What about...
This is a core I've heard, but didn't know that it was categorized.
So would you have reclassified any bands of the past?
I would, and I would like to do so today.
Let's go ahead and get into it, Carson.
So just to give people what a core is.
Go ahead, Carson.
We have metalcore.
Right.
We have hardcore, which
Right.
is where core came from. Because hardcore came from hard rock and punk, so they made it hardcore. It's hardcore punk is technically the full name of hardcore. That's the Latin term, hardcoreus punctilius.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. I'm listening.
So there's hardcore.
I'm just trying to dial it in on my
baby. And then metalcore
my core
came.
sheet here.
Yeah, get your cores out.
Get your core bingo sheet out.
Get your core hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hardcore came from
We're getting core workout.
hardcore punk, and then they came metalcore because they took hardcore and metal and made it that.
So it's like
And then-
hardcore plus metal.
Yeah, and then mathcore
Is math rock plus metal
and hardcore.
and hardcore.
And then there is
A mathcore
there's
is
also like
just
sasscore.
what the fuck is sasscore?
It's
So
just hardcore, but it's like
women.
I mean it's just no, well, I mean it can be. I don't even really know
women.
what you would,
No
I don't-
misogynist on the show, by the way.
Yeah, of course. I don't know if it's like, I don't actually know if it's like a term, but I've just heard people say it. But I think it's just a lot of like, I want to say like LGBT, like gay
Okay.
bands.
Yeah.
But not necessarily because like some of them are, it's just like more like flamboyant. Let's say flamboyant.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Let's just say like flamboyant core.
And then hypercore comes out, which
So
is a
hyper.
pop,
Oh
hardcore,
no.
and metal. It sounds worse than it actually is.
Oh no.
Because Gavin,
I mean, like, I don't mind 100 gex, but like this isn't like 100 gex
still
metal.
Don't really listen to the hyper. It probably is, if I had to guess.
Really? Okay. Well, really high pitched.
No, it's just like fast paced, weird, like techno things.
So I might be.
Like, I
That's
would-
might be all right about.
I've been Kramer. I started listening to hypercore.
Kramer, have you heard about this? They're putting out this album called Hypercore.
Hypercore. Can you believe this? Let's talk
Get
about
a
cereal.
load of this, huh?
Let's talk about Pop Tarts. Yeah. So it's just like it's combining like hyper pop, electronic, kind of crazy.
Off the wall shit.
It's almost even combining like math rock in the sense that it's like weird rhythms that are like come out of nowhere. And I didn't
Or
even
prog.
realize it. Yeah, it could be like prog core.
that does not sound right. Progcore does not sound right.
Core. That's what I did with my wife.
Yeah.
I progged her core.
Right.
Progged it.
I'm pretty sure that's what P90X is short for.
Prog core.
Yeah, Progcore.
Prog core 90X. 90 times.
Yeah, 90 times.
That's how many times you have to do it to make it work. So hypercore is a term I haven't heard, but then when I listened to this band that talks about hypercore, they literally have a song called Hypercore, which is how I realized that this is hypercore. I actually realized that my number one album of the year last year, which was From Joy's From Joy, or was I think it was From Joy's From Joy. I know it's From Joy, but I would say I would classify From Joy as a hypercore band because they do have like very weird electronic stuff. Not as much as this album does, which I haven't even mentioned the name of yet.
We'll get to it.
But I was like, okay, I actually think I think I might really like Hypercore, and this one might be a contender for one of my top albums. I wouldn't say number one. I don't think I have a number one yet. But this one could be on the list. And this is the album by the band Candy. Never heard of them. And it's called It's Inside You. It just came out this year. Like literally recently, as far as I know. This is another Isaac Hale Instagram story post that I was like, I'll listen to that. And I really liked it. It's very weird, but not like too weird, where it's like you can't listen to it. Just a few standouts on it. Existenz, which is literally named and spelled how the David Cronenberg film is. The final song, Hypercore, is really good. Terror Management is good. It's just a cool, very weird album, but very good. I've been listening on repeat, and like today I was like, I think I like this album even more than I thought I did.
Did you listen to that Bears Among Men?
I did. I
they had the bad ones on there, man. They don't have the good.
But I looked up elsewhere and it had the same thing, so I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you saw the new one though?
There's a new one?
Yeah, there was like a new
It was all
album.
shit from like.
Yeah, no. That was not what I was. That's what I told you is that there's stuff that was really old on there.
I looked on Spotify and it didn't have anything new either though.
Really? It was on Apple Music.
You'll have to send it to me then.
Yeah.
Because maybe it's like a whole different band.
Yeah.
Now. I don't know. The stuff I listened to, I was like,
Yeah. No, I wasn't impressed with the old stuff.
Find it and send me an album cover up.
Yes, sir.
And I'll listen to that.
Yes, sir.
Let's get out of here. I got the outro song this time, Gavin, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Get into it.
So
everybody, as we ride off into the wind, thank you for tuning into the It Takes All Kinds podcast, July 4th extravaganza. Continue watching, continue sharing, and continue sharing our broadcast, our podular cast, to your friends and to your co-workers and your associates. And maybe don't listen to it at work. Maybe you can.
And I'll just be over here with my cuck jug.
Watching us. Watching you.
Watching us get cucked.
Stay cool this summer for all my SSRI takers.
You're going to need it.
You're going to need it on this 4th of July.